Coaches and creators. So, you might have been looking to create a lead magnet, but you don't want to just create any type of lead magnet. You want to create one that is actually going to bring people onto your email list that actually want to learn from you, hear from you, work with you, and even purchase from you. So, today I'm going to be talking about how you can create a magnetic lead magnet that not only explodes your email list, but also can help you to generate sales. So let's go ahead and dive right into this free course. Hey there, coaches and creators. Brittany here, and welcome to the Template Society channel. It's your hub to help you to go from content chaos to actually having a content strategy. Now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Now, I understand the content creation struggle. You're trying to figure out how you can manage your content and create an effective strategy, also while juggling several other tasks in your business. It can be overwhelming. That's exactly why I put together this quick masterclass for you. 4 proven secrets to effortlessly create irresistible content consistently. So it's just a click away. You can find that in the description button below and get ready to eliminate all of the content woes that you have been experiencing. Coaches and creators, I'm so excited to dive into this free course because so many of us want to build our email list, generate more sales, and we're trying to figure out how can we create an effective lead magnet that can help us to accomplish that goal? I remember when I created my first lead magnet, I created a downloadable PDF that was easy for my customers to consume and learn more about my style of coaching and whatnot. And the great part is I started to see my email list grow, but I also started to see my revenue increase as I put products in front of my ideal customers. So I know the power of actual lead magnets, and I know that it can truly help you in your business. Now, you probably have seen a ton of creators and coaches no longer do lead magnets. They just offer their newsletter, which is perfectly fine as well. But if you are interested in providing some sort of lead magnet, maybe you're not having people gravitate to your newsletter like you want them to, that's totally cool as well. So you can create a lead magnet that can help to grow your email list, but also help to generate sales and get people closer to buying your products and learning more about you and also being truly engaged in your community. Now, before we dive into how to design your lead magnet, what emails need to go along with the lead magnet to make it all connect and work, I want to discuss what is a lead magnet so that we're all on the same page. So, a lead magnet is when you are going to give your audience some sort of deliverable. This could be a workbook, this could be a PDF, this could be some sort of audio, or it could be a masterclass. It could be an ebook. There are several different types of deliverables, which we'll dive into further, that you can provide your audience with in order to give them something in exchange for their email address. Now, you might be looking to collect things like an email, a phone number, a name, but in exchange, you are going to give your lead magnet for that information. Now, once your customers have received your lead magnet, the lead magnet is to act as a quick win or to provide your customers with the next step on how they can work with you more and dive further into your community. So, your next step might not be to go straight into a product. Maybe you're just focusing on building your email list, but the goal is to help your customers to want to learn more from you and want to be more engaged in this community because you are talking about the specific thing that they are looking to overcome. Now, I have seen a ton of lead magnets, a lot of really great lead magnets that help someone to say, yes, I'm ready to buy. And I've seen some lead magnets that take way too long to consume and that don't really resonate and connect with their audience and that don't convert as well. And so I'm going to show you behind the scenes of some of the lead magnets that I have created over the years, give my true insights on how they did, if they were effective, if they weren't, all that great stuff. So you can better understand how to create a lead magnet that's going to be effective and not only just generate new leads to your email list, but also generate new sales. So, in order for us to be clear on the lead magnet we're creating, the first thing is that we need to know what is our product in our business and what are we selling? What is our community about? What is our business about? What do we focus on? If we're not clear on what our business is about, and maybe we just have an idea of what we're looking to do, but we're not fully sure, then I don't want you to make a lead magnet yet because we want to attract the right type of people. We don't want to attract just anyone looking to get some random freebie. we want to get people who are interested in overcoming a specific pain point. We want to help someone to get a quick win and lead them closer to how they can work with us and learn more and dive deeper in our community. Okay, so let's jump behind the scenes and take a peek at some of the past lead magnets that I have created. Okay, so here's a freebie that I did in the past where it was a 30-minute workshop teaching you how to create online course assets that are going to help to basically make creating and designing your course so much easier. So this was a 30-minute workshop, and basically it led to one of my paid products, which allowed people to be able to access templates to help make this process easier. Now, this was a really great lead magnet for me because it helped my customers to see how to turn their worksheets and the things that they need for an online course that they might not have thought of, how to turn this all into reality really quickly without having to hire expensive designers or start from scratch. Now, another lead magnet that I did was the ultimate lead magnet, which is teaching people how to get started with creating their own lead magnet and things to come up with. Now, this worked really well because a lot of my ideal customers were stuck in trying to figure out what their lead magnet was going to be, and people kept making it more complicated than it needed. They were making really long, drawn out lead magnets that just weren't resonating or turning into sales. And so this helped to speed up that process and really get through getting clear on what your lead magnet is, making your lead magnet, developing it, executing it, and moving forward from there. Okay, so the next one was a 4-phase framework. This was my signature framework for being able to launch your online course. Now, I loved this one. This one actually converted really, really well. This was like one of my top lead magnets, is because a lot of people were so stuck with launching and they were excited to launch, but they didn't realize that there were several phases to go through in order to properly launch. And so this broke down the 4 phases and helped them to understand that with these 4 phases that they can properly execute in their business and launch efficiently and effectively versus just launching to crickets. Okay, so this is another video I did. This was as you can see, this landing page is a little more bare. So this was a pinpoint your ideal customer's journey from A to Z. This lead magnet actually did not perform as well. So this lead magnet was talking all about how to get really clear on what your customer journey is going to be for your online course. And I did that through a sticky note method, where you can pull out sticky notes, write down what the journey is going to be, and put them in order. So it helps you to properly create your course or your coaching program. Now, the problem with this is that it didn't really explain more about what the sticky note method was. So a lot of people were kind of like, what are you talking about, right? So this tutorial, if they did not watch the YouTube video or the training that I had, this lead magnet did not really make sense for my audience. So what I would have done differently with this particular lead magnet is I would have plugged in more content about what my sticky method is, so they know they're in the right place. And I would have made the title actually more effective. Again, ideal customer's journey from A to Z. Well, what do you mean by that, right? So I see sticky notes in a board, but I'm not understanding what you mean. So I would have provided more detail here versus leaving it so bare bones. So now that you have seen some of my past lead magnets and you know more of the ins and outs of what has worked for me, and you have a better idea of some of the things that could possibly work for you, it's now time to get really clear on what your value ladder is within your business. Now, if you don't have a value ladder, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you have some sort of system in place on how to get your customers to go from just a prospect and a lead and move them closer to actually buying your products and move them further in your community. So whatever that may be called for you, that's totally fine. But I'm going to show you what I call a value ladder and walk through that with you. Okay, so now what I want to do is show you what a value ladder can be for your business. So again, this is a great way for you to get really clear on what your freebie is going to be so you know what it's leading up to. So you can do something called a freebie, which is what we're talking about, or a free offer. And this freebie is going to ultimately lead to maybe your intro product or your one of your main offers that you offer in your business. So I like to look at your freebie as something that's quick and easy for you to consume, something that your customer can get or your lead can get a quick win from, and they can take the next steps. Now, an intro offer might be something like a low tier type of product. It could be maybe an ebook is a paid product that you're going to offer, or it could be a mini course, or it could be something that is, again, low tier. Maybe it's under $100 or under, even $27. It's something that's easy for your customers to say yes or no. So with an intro offer, this might be a tripwire product that you offer immediately after someone opts in. While I'm not going to talk about a tripwire right now or doing a funnel that can help to recoup your ad costs, but instead, this is something you can implement into your business, and I will provide some additional trainings on that further down the line. So, an intro offer is a great way for you after someone has opted into a freebie to say, here is a amazing low tier product in front of you that can help you to overcome this situation faster and move you further along than just what the freebie has to offer. That's a great way for you to see if your customers are going to buy from you, and also help them to pull out their card and actually buy whenever there is a product that does make sense for their situation. And so you don't necessarily have to offer an intro. You are more than welcome to offer a product later down the line if you would like. But if you are looking to offer some sort of product to help your customers to get further down the line versus having them wait for a period of time to access a product that makes sense for them in this particular situation, you can do that. Okay, so with this intro offer, then you might lead to something called your lead offer. So your lead offer might be your main product or your signature product that you have in your business. It might be the main thing that you focus on. So if you're a coach, you might have a specific coaching program that you have, or you might have people book one-to-one calls with you or do group coaching. If you are a creator, maybe you sell ebooks, or maybe you have a online course, but the goal is to provide them with this information. And you might not do this up front, but over time, you might lead to introducing them to this particular product through email marketing, through just joining one of your master classes or whatever it may be. And so the goal is to make sure that that freebie that you have to offer is in alignment with your lead offer or your signature offer or the main thing that you offer in your business. Now, this bullseye offer is not going to relate to everyone because not everyone has a coaching program. Some creators have online courses. Some creators are just creating ebooks and PDFs and kits and not, a full-on coaching program. So if you have more of a higher tier ticket price product, then I put this here, which is your bullseye offer. This is maybe where you're looking to get people to go over time. And so you want to build connection with them and make sure that they are aware of the content, the systems and frameworks that you have in place to help them to achieve this goal. This might be your area to fully educate them before they get to the bullseye offer and be able to work with you or enter into that high ticket price product. So it's all going to be based on what you offer. Some people don't have this, and which is perfectly fine. Maybe you just have the free offer and the intro offer, or a free offer in your main product, whatever that may be. But our main goal is to make sure that any products that we create are in alignment with our freebie that we are offering. So now that you have a clear understanding of your value ladder, the products you're going to offer, and even have an idea of what your lead magnet's going to be, let's go ahead and do a self check-in. So for this check-in, I want you to make sure that your actual lead magnet is in alignment with your business, what you talk about, what you focus on, and it also really resonates with your audience. It's something that they can connect with. It's something where they will say, you know what, I am experiencing this pain point, and this lead magnet can help me to overcome this particular thing. So for example, in my business, now we really hone in on helping coaches and creators to be able to create content that not only resonates with their audience, but also helps them to be able to connect and generate sales rather than just creating a whole bunch of content, which we have done in the past. Instead, let's build stuff that helps to connect, that doesn't feel like burnout, and so much more. And we do that through one of our products called the Template Society membership. So basically, my lead magnet is going to provide my audience with ways to create content that doesn't feel overwhelming, and also can help them to do it in an easier way than how they might have been doing it before. And so one of my lead magnets now is an actual content calendar to help you to be able to utilize a calendar to help plan out things versus just kind of willy-nilly it, trying to create content. And so you want to make sure that your ideal customer is going to resonate with what it is that you are providing. We want to make sure it connects. And if for any reason you're like, this might not work for my target audience, then I want you to rethink that overall lead magnet, because our goal is not to have a ton of lead magnets. Our goal is to be very specific and hone in on who we are serving and make sure that we are attracting the right type of person versus having a whole bunch of lead magnets that don't necessarily attract the right type of people, but might build our email list, but not necessarily helping them to move forward in our community, to buy from us and connect in a more deeper way. So what I want you to do is make a quick list of how this particular lead magnet is going to help propel your audience forward. How will it help them to get a quick win? How will it help them to be able to take in what you have provided and actually execute? If you cannot list out 3 ways that this can truly help your customer to move forward in your business as well as in their life and overcome the challenges that they're facing, then I want you to rethink this lead magnet. Okay, let's talk all about designing your lead magnet. I'm going to take you inside of the Template Society, and we're going to utilize one of the templates that we have and ultimately design a lead magnet together. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so I'm inside the Template Society membership, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically pull up some of our templates that can help you to get some ideas for your lead magnet. So I'm going to go ahead and just hop to designs. Let's go ahead and access templates. Okay, so now what we're going to do when I click on this, okay, so we have tons of templates in here. We literally have over 5,000 templates. So it's amazing if you are looking to just quickly create your content, whether it's an ebook, a workbook, worksheets for your audience, things for courses and coaching. We have a good chunk, social media, all of that good stuff. So we have a good chunk of things. Now, the great part about this is that we made this to where it's extremely accessible to all coaches and creators. So let's go ahead and just take a peek at lead magnet. So I'm going to hop to this ebook guides and lead magnet. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And then we are going to use as a new template. And now that we have this template ready to rock and roll, what we're going to do is we're going to get clear on what our actual template is going to be for our lead magnet. So we are going to just make a, here are just some options that we have within this particular item. We can make a checklist, we can make a resource guide, we can make an ebook. So here are several different pages for us to work with, but it's important that we know what we're working with versus just making something for all of these pages, because there's 98 pages within this particular template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started with making a checklist. We'll use this particular one, and let's just pretend like we are making the pros and cons on a specific thing. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this particular image because this is what I want to work with. Okay, let's pretend like this is going to be my cover. And what else do we need? One thing I like to do on my lead magnets, if they are a PDF, I like to have some sort of call to action on how people can work with me next. What's that next step going to be? So I'm going to go ahead and grab this what's next template, and I am going to just put this in here because I'm going to utilize that. Okay, now another thing that I might want to do is maybe I want to give a summary overview of myself, or maybe I want to give a summary overview of the topic that we're focused on, whatever it may be. I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in. Okay, so I have grabbed the pages that I want, and I am going to now delete, just so I'm not overwhelmed with all these other pages. I'm going to just start deleting them. And this makes it so much easier for me to work. So this is going to be basically a two-page lead magnet, so that then my customers are able to consume, they're able to get the pros and cons, and they can know what the best part is, and then they're able to move on. Okay, so now what are we going to call this particular product? And we're going to call this, let's just say, the pros and cons of a lead magnet. Okay. So we're going to just call this our title. Again, your title is obviously going to be something different, but pros and cons of a lead magnet. I am going to just make this centered. Okay. Now you can put everything you need to know about before you create a lead magnet. So I'm just going to type something that's really enticing for my ideal customer and helps them to get excited. All I'm doing is just basically clicking on this and going from there. So everything, okay. So everything you need to know before making your first lead magnet. Now, I don't like how this is on this particular word is on its own magnet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe make this a little bit smaller. There, cool. It's on the same area now. Okay, so now I have this. Now the next thing that I might want to do is change my photo because maybe this has nothing to do with the lead magnet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and grab a lead magnet, an image that has to do with email marketing or something along those lines. So I'm going to go to email marketing. Okay, let's grab an image. Let's go to photos. Let's grab something that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to grab this particular image, or I'm going to grab someone on their computer because lead magnets we know are delivered usually through online. Now I'm going to change this design up. So the ultimate guide. Maybe I want to change the colors because maybe this is not in my brand color. So I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to change the color. We're going to make this pink. And I'm going to make the text of this going there. We're going to make that green. Okay. Now, maybe I want to change this background color. Maybe that's not my brand color. So these are already in my brand colors, but let's just say they weren't. I can change it up like that. So I changed a completely different color. Same thing here. If you want to change anything along the lines of the colors, I'm going to go to the background. I'm going to change it to the pink, and we're going to make this and Brittany. Boom. Here's that. Okay. So now that we have made our cover, again, maybe these colors aren't your colors. You can change them easily, but my goal is just to show you how to make a lead magnet in Canva. You might be making a video or something along those lines, but this is if you are going to create something like a PDF or like a workbook or an ebook or something like that. Okay, so now this next portion is going to be plugging in your content. So if you have a summary about what your lead magnet's about, maybe who you are, you're going to give that. So you can get that information and start plugging that in. So page or the part of the section. So I'm going to call this, what do we call this? The pros and cons of a lead magnet. So pros, now we have our title. And then the next thing that we want to do is maybe change up our image. So let's just say woman. So there we go. And now let's add some more text. Welcome. Now, here's a cool thing. If you're struggling to come up with your content, you can utilize Canva's Magic Pro. So, or Magic Write. So you don't have to necessarily write from scratch if you are just feeling super stuck. So let's just say, welcome message about the guide, which is all about the pros and cons of lead magnets for coaches and creators. Okay, so now that I've plugged that in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Magic Write and I'm going to say continue writing. So click continue writing. It's going to like write something for me just so I have something to show you. Again, this is going to be for the pro version of Canva. It's not necessarily a free version. So this is what it has come up with. Welcome message. I want to make this a little bit shorter. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to click this. I can either go through it myself and make it shorter, or I can just click on Magic Write again and hit shorten because this is just a welcome and we don't want it too long. Okay, so here's our quick welcome. Okay, now I can go through and make the pros and the cons of a lead magnet. And I can do something very similar to what you just saw me do, but read through everything so that AI is just not creating a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense on what you're talking about. Use it as inspiration. Don't use it as a final writing tool. So you can write out the pros of a lead magnet. List one pro of a lead magnet for coaches and creators. Okay, so I'm going to type that in. I'm going to hit magic write. I'm going to hit continue writing. And then what will happen, one pro, again, here's what you have, but we might need to shorten this. So this is way too long. So magic write shorten. Okay, so we've made that shorter. I'm going to make this, eliminate that box. Going to copy that. You might need to even make it even shorter. So I'm going to go to magic write, shorten. So this can make it shorter than what it already is. Since it really didn't make it as short as I need it to be, what you can do is just go through and eliminate what doesn't need to be there. So lead magnets for coaches and creators can attract potential clients and also followers, build trust, and increase engagement by offering valuable content. So this might be several things in one. So you might need to, again, check everything that's being done and find something that works. Okay, so that's how I would go about making a PDF, an ebook, all of that great stuff. Again, we provide templates which make it so much easier for you to quickly design without having to start from scratch. You can make this look a heck of a lot different if you wanted to. You can add images. You can just really jazz this up in so many ways. Now, the next thing I want to do is take you to Loom. So Loom is a great way for you to be able to make videos. So let's pretend like we are going to record a video, and this is our video that we might be presenting in a workshop or whatnot. So basically, I want you to think through what's your actual digital product going to be. And then once you have what that digital product is going to be, you can create it. And Loom is a great way for you to be able to record and create some sort of video if you're going to create that type of lead magnet. Now, let's just say you just need the audio. You can still jump on here and you can create audio. So one of the things you can do is, right now it says camera only, but if you wanted just audio, you can say no video whatsoever. You can turn this off, no video, no camera, and then just get the audio. So you have the audio version. So there are many ways for you to record a video. And the great thing is you can edit in this particular tool if for any reason you're feeling a little stuck and trying to figure out, how can I get a video as my lead magnet? Now, once you have created your video, you're going to go to where it says more sections, and you can download that video. I'm going to just go ahead and click on this particular video, and I'm going to even show you how you can quickly edit this video. So if I go to edit, what happens is Loom provides you with edit the video by transcript, trim and stitch, or add a link. I'm going to go ahead and trim. And now what's going to take place is I can literally sit and delete the things that don't need to be there. So I'm not going to turn this on, but I'm going to go ahead and hit split. And like, let's just say I don't need this portion. I'm going to delete it. I can do that too. So there are several ways for you to make your lead magnet. It's all going to go back to what is your actual lead magnet going to be. Okay, so when you make a lead magnet, it's important for you to have some sort of a landing page on how you are going to showcase your lead magnet. So whether you're using your email marketing platform, or if you have a landing page platform that you use, you want to have some sort of page that's going to showcase your lead magnet. Now, I utilize Kajabi, and this helps me to create landing pages where you can easily be able to connect to email systems and so much more, but also be able to collect the information from my ideal customer and deliver the information and the things that I promise them. So you can use whatever type of landing page you would like. But one thing I want to just show you real fast is just to kind of keep things in mind whenever you're creating a landing page. So as I mentioned earlier, I've had some really great lead magnets that really performed well. They had great opt-ins. They had purchases following shortly after. And then I had some lead magnets that really didn't make sense and did not necessarily move the needle forward. So this particular lead magnet, this is for a masterclass. And one thing I want to point out in this particular landing page is that I informed people that this is a training. I also informed how long it's going to take, and I shared what they're going to learn, and then had another call to action. So I had two call to actions here. This was not a short landing page. It was more in depth because I wanted people to know that you definitely want to check out this training that I have. And also, I put this into my brand colors at the time and helped people to see what they're going to gain from joining. Now, this particular lead magnet, though it is short and sweet and it did perform really well, again, I had a kind of a preview of what they were going to get. So you don't have to have a long, drawn out landing page, but you want to make sure that you're pointing out what they are going to receive. And so this mock up helped them to see what they were going to receive and so much more. Now, this particular landing page was for a downloadable, but I went into more depth because a lot of times people get confused when it comes to launching and they think it's just I launch and that's it. Instead, there are so many other moving steps and pieces to take into consideration when you're launching a course or a coaching program. And so that's exactly why I wanted to explain a little bit more about this particular launch phase, which I did here, and then shared a little more about who I am. And then again, final call on why you should join. Okay, so this particular landing page, again, don't do what I did here. This was a big no-no. This did not have a clear definition of what this was. It was not clear in the title, and it was not clear in the quick overview. And it made people say, like, what about the sticky method? What is this? So I don't want you to do what I did here because it was not helping my customers to clearly convey what this was about and turn them into actual leads. Some of the things that we need to consider whenever we are creating our landing page for our opt-in is to make sure that we have a truly enticing headline. We want our headlines to really stand out and connect with our audience. Based on the examples I have shown you, I've had some headlines where it just did not connect with my audience and the clarity was not there. So you want your customers to say, oh my goodness, I need to opt into this because it connects with me, it speaks to my pain point, and it's helping me to say, I need this now. Now, the next thing to have on your landing pages is to have a subheadline. Share a little bit more about what your actual opt-in is, about what your freebie is that you offer, so that if for any reason the headline did not fully make sense, this subheadline closes the deal and helps your customers to say yes. Now, you want to collect information, but you don't want to make it over the top. So the next thing to consider for your actual landing pages is to collect maybe a name and an email, and don't make it too much information that you're collecting because that really keeps people from moving forward. So if you want to collect more than a name and an email, maybe you want to collect a phone number as well. Keep it just that. Don't add 5 or 6 things and have them fill out a full essay, which will keep people from necessarily taking action and moving forward. The next thing that you'll want to have are clear call to actions, inviting people to join your masterclass or get this particular guide or access this particular audio series or check out the secret podcast. Be very clear on your call to action so that people know what to do next and they actually move forward and move in, opting in and getting that freebie. Now, after the freebie, you want to have something called a thank you page. Now, if you do not want to do a thank you page because maybe you're going to present a product to your audience right then and there, you can do that too. But if you aren't going to present a tripwire product or another product and after someone opts in immediately following, then you want to create a thank you page, which will allow your customers to be able to say, okay, cool, I need to check my email. Here's what to do next. And now I'm going to access that freebie. Now, I highly recommend that you don't give your freebie on the freebie page. The only reason why I recommend that, if it's like a downloadable, we want people to open their emails and we want to register with the email marketing system that our emails are worth being opened and being placed in the primary section of an email versus the promotion section of an email. So we want to build that rapport with not only our email marketing system and our customer, but we want them to be able to open our emails, know what it's like to receive an email from us. So make sure that you deliver that freebie in that welcome sequence email, which we'll talk about, and ultimately provide them with that freebie there. So as I mentioned, I use Kajabi for my landing pages. I use this for my opt-in and my thank you page, and it also properly connects to my emails. So I utilize ConvertKit for my email sequences, and I will use Kajabi from time to time, but just because of the automation and the way that things are set up on ConvertKit, that is the platform that I choose to use when it comes to delivering any freebie. Okay, so I connect there. The great thing is Kajabi provides you with a ton of different landing pages you can choose from. So this is just some of the different cool landing pages you can automatically access without having to start from scratch and be able to create some sort of opt-in and all of that great stuff. Another thing that you're able to do is create something called a funnel. A funnel is where you can plug in your opt-in page, your thank you page, your email sequence all in one place, and you can kind of just see it and make sure that everything is properly being executed. So a funnel is where you have several different front end things that connect, such as landing pages, thank you pages that ultimately trigger to your behind the scenes funnel, which might be your email sequence and any other things that you might present in front of your customers after they have opted into your lead magnet. So check out Kajabi. I have a really cool special offer, and it's really great for people who are new to the online coaching or course creation world, and they are looking for a place where it's easier to make things happen. Okay, so I hope this helps when it comes to making your landing page. Again, there are so many different platforms that you can use, but I use Kajabi. If that's something you want to check out, you can find more information about that below. I have a special deal for you. Now that you've created your lead magnet, it's time for us to get clear on what our welcome sequence is going to be. Because we're not only providing a freebie to our audience, but we're also going to email them and connect and build rapport with them. And so in order for us to do that, we need to create some sort of welcome sequence that helps to bring our customers on board to our email list and also delivers that freebie that we promised. Now, before we dive into the exact emails that you'll want to send out to your audience whenever they opt into your freebie, it's important that you know that you can utilize any type of email marketing system. Now, here are some important things to know about your email marketing system. You want to make sure that whatever opt-in page you're using, or if you're utilizing your email marketing system for your opt-in page, that automations properly are set up, because we want to make sure that your email goes out immediately after someone opts into your lead magnet. Now, there are tons of different platforms out there, and the way to set them up are all different. I utilize ConvertKit, which is one of my favorites. And if you are interested in checking out that platform, you can find out more about it below. And also, I utilize something called Kajabi, which is made for people who are creating online courses, coaching, or memberships. So make sure that you're familiar with your email marketing system, and that whenever you go into test mode, that whenever you opt in to your own email list, make sure that you are receiving the email automatically. Make sure it's not ending up in spam or in promotions, and do your best to be able to just double check everything before you provide it live to your audience. Okay, so now let's go into the emails that you're going to need for your actual welcome sequence to deliver your freebie. Now, if you have a brand new person who has never entered onto your list, you have never connected with them before, you'll want to send something called a welcome sequence. A welcome sequence is a great way for you to not only build rapport, but also to provide information about your business, what you do, and also provide them with more tips and strategies and move them closer to actually a paid product that you might have or your community, and finding ways to just build a deeper relationship. So the first email that you're going to send out whenever you have a freebie, no matter if they are new or if they are already on your email list, we want to have an email that delivers that freebie that we promised. This email might look different for your two customers. So one customer who's new, depending on how you set up your automations and triggers. But if the new person has never been on your email list, we want to invite them to learn more about you. So the first thing that we'll do in this email is, hey, here's that freebie that we promised. Here's what you're going to do next. And then the second portion of this email is going to dive deeper into who you are within your business or what your business is about. Hi, I'm Brittany with the Template Society, and we help creators and coaches to be able to create content without the overwhelm or the frustration. We provide our audience with things like email swipe copy, designs, in Canva, or even providing trainings and things along those lines to help move the needle forward and stop feeling stuck. So whatever it is that you do in your business, I would have said that a like very differently in email, but whatever it is that you do in your business, you want to share and make sure that your customers know that they're in the right place. Now, if this is a person who's already on your email list, they have already gone through a funnel of some sort, the main thing is to deliver that freebie. So this email might be a little shorter. It might be, here's your freebie as promised. Here's what to do with it, how to get the most out of it, and really dive into how they can execute and make it happen and next steps of what would be next. Now, the second email that you'll send to your audience after they have gone through that first email, especially the new person, you're going to share more tips and strategies with them. So, this is a way for you to pull out your best content that you have ever created, no matter where it is. It could be on YouTube, it could be a podcast, it could be an audio series that you've done, or maybe you were a guest on someone else's platform, whatever it may be. You want to pull this content and share this with your audience. Let them know, hey, I understand that you're experiencing this pain point. Also, don't be afraid to mention, hey, I'm checking in. How was that freebie that I provided you? Were you able to execute and utilize it immediately? Don't be afraid to kind of just check in right away and then go into your big tips and strategies that you're going to share with them. Now, by providing these tips and strategies, again, you're providing more value for your audience, and it's helping your customers to say, you know what, I really do need to tackle this pain point that I'm experiencing or overcome the situation that I've been facing. And so we want to help to move the needle forward and get them closer to where it is that they want to go. Now, the third email that you'll be sending out to your audience, especially the new people, not so much of the people who have already been on your email list, but this is going to be your newsletter and expectations. So you want to make sure that people know how often you're going to email them. So if you email daily or if you email twice a week, we want your customers to be excited, or actually your leads to be excited about what's to come. Let them know what type of emails you're going to send so that they're not just sales emails. They're not just, here's my product, but instead they're going to be emails that can help you on this specific topic. If for any reason this type of email is not right for your ideal customer, we want them to unsubscribe so that we are not having a whole bunch of bodies on our email list that aren't necessarily opening our emails or engaging and interacting. So it's okay if they unsubscribe, but our main goal is to make sure that they know what's to come so that they can make an educated decision on if this is the right place for them. Now, the fourth email you will send out to someone who's new on your email list is your big why. Why are you doing this, right? So I know that when I decided to go into coaching, my why was to help people who were experiencing something similar to what I experienced. So when I was coaching, I focused on helping individuals who wanted to quit their 9 to 5 to build their online course creation and coaching business. Now, my goal was to help them to truly understand all of the moving parts before just quitting their 9 to 5. Because I jumped out there, and I will tell you, if I would have known some of the stuff I knew today, I would have maybe stayed at my job at that time a little bit longer before just jumping off and leaving the 9 to 5 and going straight into my business. So ultimately, I helped to prepare them and all of that great stuff. And so my big why was sharing my own experience and sharing how you can be able to build a profitable and amazing business, but we want to do it the right way that's going to help to not feel stressed and overwhelmed or where you're working so many hours. And so, what is your big why in your business? Only you know this. You know why you started doing what you do. You know why you create the content that you create on. So focus on what that why is. And I want you to think through, what's your why going to be? How can you share this with your audience? You know what your why is. It could be completely opposite from what my why is. So think through what that is and what that looks like and how can you put that into words and connect with your audience. If writing is not your it, make video. So I know a lot of times we get stuck on, I don't know how to create the content. I don't know how to make this like really resonate. Make video. That's totally cool as well. And what you can do is link to your video. You can utilize things like Loom, or maybe you have created a Zoom video and you leave the link to it, or you have it on a landing page. So you can link to videos and allow people to learn more about you and your best strategies and all that great stuff versus having to jump onto, writing it out. Maybe it doesn't really resonate or it takes too long to get out. So whatever works best for you. So in our Template Society membership, we have templates that can help you to write out your email. I know what it's like to feel stuck in trying to figure out what to say, how to say it, when to say it, how to put this into words. And so this can help to speed up that process and allow you to kind of get your wheels turning when it comes to writing and not starting from a blank screen. So you can check that out below. Okay, so there you have it, coaches and creators. You now are clear on how to be able to execute and create your actual lead magnet. But there's one last thing that you'll need to do before you go live. It's called testing. I know it's something that so many of us sometimes skip. So testing out your products is one of the best things that you can do to make sure that everything is working efficiently and effectively. So if your customers are finding that things aren't working, then you might not have tested things out, or you might not have had a second pair of eyes to check things out. So it's important to double check, make sure that you receive your email, that the landing pages and opt-in pages work efficiently and effectively. And then once you've tested everything out, go through your own email sequence. Make sure that the emails are being delivered to you. And once you have that in place, then you can go live with your lead magnet. Okay, it is time to create your freebie. Now, if you are looking for more resources to help you to create faster freebies and being able to know what to say and how to say it in your email sequences, or even have social media prompts, or just want some training to assist you in this big world that we're in the online digital space, and you're trying to figure out how do I execute this as a coach or a creator, well, then I have something amazing for you. I definitely want you to check out the Template Society membership. This is where you can go and get designs that are already created for you. And all you have to do is plug in your colors, plug in your text, and execute. We have swipe copy that makes it so much easier for you to write your emails versus starting from scratch for everything that you need to do. We also have social media prompts that help you to be able to communicate and connect and engage with your customers. And we have training that makes it so much easier to understand all of the moving parts in this digital product world, where we're trying to figure out how do we execute this particular technology, how do we implement this into our business, and also still engage with our audience and build our business along the way. And we also have a community that can help be there for you every step of the way if you have any questions. So if you are looking for resources to help speed your content journey up and really make this process a heck of a lot easier, especially if you have a small team or it's just you and your business, I want you to check out the Template Society membership. It's $9 a month and it can help to speed this process up for you. And there is a ton of content to go ahead and check out and implement into your business. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you're hungry for more and want to learn more insights to help you with your content creation process, definitely check out this video right here so that you can be able to execute a content strategy that works effectively, allows you to engage, and generate more sales.